Body Music City Driver here. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, and there's a reason for that. I actually just got my car, my Highlander, my SUV, out of the shop. I guess it was Wednesday. What day was that? Tuesday, actually, because I missed the Guns N' Roses concert on Monday, which was a pretty big deal, I think. I've still got a little bit of a cold, but it's mostly allergy related, but it is kind of in my chest. I'm trying to get rid of it. But I wanted to share something. I just saw an email come across from Lyft. It looks like Lyft is now emulating Uber on a couple of things. But I was able to get the vehicle back Tuesday, and I've been driving since. It looks brand new. It looks even better actually than before the accident, in my opinion. Because you know, over time, the plastic and the metal and stuff like that starts to get, bug guts and all that stuff to kind of dulls the finish and stuff. But now that they put a brand new bumper on it, brand new grill on it, fix the hood, fix the fender and all that stuff, and then they painted everything, it matches exactly. It looks like a mirror on my hood. It's exceptional. The drawback is, well, it's not really a drawback. I think I'm going to start doing this anyway, is the touchless car wash is what I have to use right now, because they recommended that to, for 90 days for the paint to cure. But anyway, so I've been out driving some this week, and I have been doing more Lyft, it seems like, than I have been doing Uber. Lyft has had a lot of guarantees and stuff, but what I wanted to talk about today, like I said, it says Lyft news. Lyft has actually copied Uber a little bit. They just released a new email today about ratings protection, long trip notifications, simplified earnings, and then the last one, and the most important one, honestly, is the cancellation. So now, instead of having to wait 5 minutes, you can now actually, just like Uber, get a cancellation fee after 2 minutes. If the customer cancels 2 minutes after requesting you, or more than 2 minutes after requesting you, you get a cancellation fee, whereas before you didn't. Now, one thing that Lyft has always been better on than Uber is the fact that you get the entire cancellation fee with Lyft, whereas Uber takes their 25% off the top, which ends up being like, I think UberX and Select, it's $3.75 for me, and then Uber XL, strangely enough, is $3.60. So there's really not a lot of incentive for me to get cancellations on XLs, because a minimum fare on an XL is usually either right at that or a little bit above that. So honestly, cancellations hurt me on XL. I think that's great, though, that Lyft has adopted that, because that has been a pet peeve of mine of Lyft's for a long time. The fact that you start driving, you'll be almost there, and you've only been driving for like 4 minutes, and then they cancel. Or they'll cancel immediately, or they'll cancel after a minute or two. And then, guess what? Boom. You don't get anything at all, period. Zero, zilch, nothing. So I think that's a really good thing. They're also going to have long trip notifications, like I said, just like Uber has. I've gotten a couple of those long trip notifications. Now, keep in mind, when you get a long trip notification, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a long distance trip. It just means that it's going to take you at least 45 minutes or longer to complete the trip. So keep that in mind. I think that probably includes time to picking the passengers up, and then driving them to their destination, because both of the long trip notifications I got on Uber, I haven't got one on Lyft yet, I obviously, because they just released it, but the ones I had on Uber were both to Murfreesboro. So that's 30 something miles to the southeast of Nashville. So that's a decent little run, don't get me wrong. But I was honestly expecting something a little further, saying 45 minutes to complete, because it actually didn't take 45 minutes. Sorry guys, I got knocked offline because Uber app is being a little pretentious punk, and gets mad when you don't stay on the screen and says, "You want to go offline?" I hate that. Wish they'd take that away. Anyway, so 45 minutes doesn't necessarily mean it's 45 miles or longer or something like that. It just means it's going to take 45 minutes to drive there, depending on. And the Uber app doesn't take into account traffic very, very well, in my opinion. But so that's some. The ratings protection thing is something that should have happened a long time ago on Lyft. It's already done on Uber. I'm not sure how much it's impacted me, honestly, because on Uber I have a 4.95 rating over 1,700 and something trips on Uber. And I have like a 4.99 or a 4.98 or something like that on Lyft, over 800, almost 900 rides. So my total combined ride number is like 2,600 rides. And sorry guys, I actually just got an Uber XL surged request, so that's excellent news. I'm in the Nations right now. I've found out that most of the out-of-town drivers seem to be staying in the airport area and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get off here, guys, complete this ride. I may be back on later. But anyway, I just wanted to get that Lyft news out to you guys, and have a good one if you're driving. Be safe.